Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet yet again for another tutorial. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you something that I've been wanting to show you for a long time, and that is blocking. Do you block or don't you? Yes, in my opinion you block, or at least you wash your products before they leave your residence. Now, the reason being is, especially when you're making for baby, newborn baby, you do not want to be sending your product out to your customer if it is dirty or stained, or if it's just, smelling like plain boring wool. Both these items smell beautiful. Oh, by the way, this is these are my two little beanies, which will be going up on my Etsy and madeit.com.au stores. If you would like to check that out, go down to the links below. This is a Premier to Newborn beanie. The button I bought recently from Spotlight, okay, here in Melbourne, Australia. Now, this one here, oh, it's so cute. I know, I like it. Okay, now this one here, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked there. I do apologize. This is a, I would say 1 month to 4 month old, okay. It's more of a novelty beanie. It's a prop beanie. It's used for photographers or for mums who like to have a little bit of fun with their young ones. Okay, now the yarns I used are Clockheaton. Okay, this is a naturals and this isn't. Now the reason I have this in the beige, because I've run out of beige, so I haven't got any more beige left, but it's exactly the same. It has the little specks of different colors in there, bit of purple, bit of beige, bit of brown, bit of whatever. Okay, and that's pretty much what this yarn has. Okay, now this one is exactly the same color, the same brand. It's not the same dye lot, and if you have a careful look, you can see that's a little bit of a different shade than that. Okay, so be careful when making blankets with dye lots. Okay, so now the thing I did was, just for fun, to see the difference between them, I washed this one here in, I didn't wash it, I soaked it in fabric softener for I think an hour. That's normal fabric softener that's a sensitive for newborn, whatever. This one here I used conditioner, and the reason being is I wanted to tell the difference between the two. Now honestly there's not much difference between them. Now the conditioner I soaked overnight, so that's the only difference. They feel pretty much the same. This one feels a little bit more coarse. But even though this one feels nice and soft, if you have a careful look at it, you can see quite a bit of pilling already. Now, they're the same yarn. It shouldn't be pilling and that one not pilling. The reason it's pilling is because I think the hair conditioner takes a little bit of the natural fibres off, okay, which makes it feel softer. Now, that's okay if it's what you want. Just remember, the more you do that, the more you're going to get lots of this fibre coming off, and it's going to wear and tear your product a lot quicker. Now with newborn babies that doesn't matter because they grow out of them very quick, but really, I mean, if you're going to buy handmade, you do not want to damage it, okay? So you could use the conditioner, that's fine. I may even use the conditioner occasionally, but I do prefer to use a normal basic fabric softener because this is very soft and it doesn't have a problem with peeling like the other one. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking because you're thinking, hurry up, woman. I'm going to stop talking and we're going to start the tutorial. So let's get cracking. Alrighty, here is our beanie and the conditioner we're using and our bucket. It's not necessary for you to use a certain conditioner. This is the only one I had in stock, as you can see. It's for hair colour, but it doesn't really matter. Not that I colour my hair, ha ha. Okay, so here's our tub. It's up to you what you can use. I personally do not use hot water when soaking my items, okay? I literally use a mild or warm water, or otherwise I will use the cold water. Now, because it's soaking overnight, this particular beanie, we are going to use the cold water. So we'll start. You can put as much conditioner as you want in your product, in your water, okay? But it pays to use a lot of conditioner. Now, I'm making a mess of this conditioner. It's actually all over the bottle. Have a look. But I'm going to use the beanie later to wipe it off. It's good. It's good for it. It's not going to hurt. Okay, so here we are. You put in as much as you like. Now remember, this is a small tub. I'm sorry about the lighting, people. This is a small tub, so I wouldn't put any more than that. All right. Then what you do is you run your water, whether you want it to be cold or warm, whichever. This is a cool water. The water on the bottom of the tub was a tiny little bit warm because I rinsed it out in warm water. Okay, give it a shake with your hand, not too much. Don't have to fuss too much. Remember, this is not a very big tub, so we won't need to fill it all the way up. But then it's not a very big beanie either. All right, I'm just going to get the beanie and I'm going to wipe off this mess I made right here. Oh, that's funny. Okay, hey, I'm not perfect. All right, so now you just pop your beanie in. Now I might take this tub out for a minute because that's better. There we go. Pop your beanie in, give it a soak. Oh my gosh, I can already feel how it's going soft. So give it a gentle massage. Not a lot, just a gentle one. I think even this beanie wouldn't need to soak overnight for this. Well, I tried to use daylight, people, but it didn't really work. So I turned on some heat lamps in the bathroom, as you do. And it's really sort of shining all over the place. Anyway, here we are doing it. Okay, all right. Just a gentle soak, all right. Now what I want you to do is let that sit there overnight, and we'll come back and finish off. Alrighty, lovely people, and here is our other beanie. You saw this in the promo, right? It's cute, yeah? This is the one we are going to use just the cuddly sensitive, okay? And we wash it and block it straight away. So we put it straight into the water, shake it up, give it a rinse, and then we'll squeeze it, hand squeeze it, and then we'll pin it straight on the blocking board so you can see that now. Whereas the other one will be soaking overnight. You will see it on the same tutorial. I'll just do the tutorial in parts, okay? So let's get started. I already filled a cap full. It doesn't matter how much you put in. It is a fabric softener, so it's made to be soft. So just pop it in your tub, okay? It doesn't matter if you want to put more or less. It is a softener, so it's supposed to work regardless of what you put in, okay? So we're going to put in... Actually, I might use the mild warm water with this one. I used cold water with the last one because we're going to soak that one overnight, so it doesn't matter whether it's warm or not. I'm going to use a mild to warm water with this just to see how we go. Give it a shake, as we did before with the cold. I just spilt water all over my foot there. It's a good thing you didn't see that. Okay, so that's getting a little warm, a little hot. You don't want it too hot. It's no good if it's too hot. So we'll pop in some cool water. Okay, all good. And that, I reckon, is it. All right, and again, sorry about the lighting, people. I'm trying to do this in the bathroom. Can you believe it? Sorry about that, people. I tried to get the tub off the bench and I almost dropped it, so I had to turn everything off. Anyway, pop your beanie in your fabric softener. I can also feel this getting as soft as the other one was, okay? So I think either way will be good, but I won't be able to tell until they're washed and blocked, okay, and dried, not just washed and blocked. They need to be dry before I can tell, okay, the difference. But I can tell that this is really softening up already as we speak. So a bit of cuddly there, doesn't matter if it's on the beanie, as long as later when you put it on your blocking board that you don't have any remnants of the conditioner or the softener on your beanie, okay? If you feel the need to gently rinse it with water before you put it on the blocking board, that's fine too, but it usually sorts itself out when you let it sit for a few minutes. Now we're going to let that sit for, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. I might even just let it sit for an hour, okay? And then we'll come back. Catch you soon. Alrighty then. So here we are with our beanie, okay? It is very, very soft. So it has been an hour in the water, and I know that because the water's quite cool now. All right, and what we're going to do, I'll show you that in a minute. We'll move it out the way for one moment. We are going to, as you can see, my blocking board is to be desired. I've used it so many times. I've got pin marks everywhere. Okay, so we are going to pin it on this particular towel. It's a white towel. It's a bath towel. You can use any towel you like. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to rinse. Just check to see if there's any fabric softener stuck in there. There isn't, so it's been sitting there long enough for it to dissolve. Okay, so you just grab it and you give it a gentle squeeze. No spinning squeeze, just a gentle squeeze, just to get the excess water out. Okay, now we'll move that out the way. That particular water, if you've got other items, you can actually use the same water. Just take one item out and put the other one in. Just be careful not to put them in together. Certain yarns from certain factories do have colour discoloration, so you've got to be careful. Give me 1 second, I'll just move this water out the way. All right, so here we go. All right, so what you've got now, officially, is one little beanie. Whoops, I'm trying to get it straight. It's hard to do while you're looking through the camera, down the lens of the camera. All right, there, with your tails. But I'll show you how I've laid it out so you know. It's probably better off this way, the tails, so you know. All right, so it's laid out that way. All right, now, all right, it's supposed to be flat. It's supposed to be straight. Now you get the other side of the towel and you just fold it over gently. All right, pop it down, then you just roll it up and give it a gentle squeeze. So you're just getting rid of the excess water. You don't even have to do it a lot because this particular beanie is quite thin anyway. This particular thread is not a 12 ply or a 14 or a 16. I've lost it now. It's in here somewhere. Okay, there it is. All right, take the towel away. Now, this is a fun bit. Okay, here is when we pin it down. Now this, you've done the washing, now we're doing the blocking. Okay, doesn't matter how you pin it down because there's no pure measurement for this one, but there is a shape. So you don't want to pin it like that, you're going to pull it out of shape. So what you do is just shape it the way you like, nice and gently. You grab your T-pin, which you saw in the promo, one for now. Make sure though your tails fit the board. So straighten everything out like that. I know that my board is longer so I can bring it down because I needed it longer to show you. Might do it this way. That's better. You can see better. Then we can move the board down. All right. So all you do is find a spot and pin it. All right. There's no measurement. The only time you will need measurements is if you are making granny squares and you want them all to be, let's say 10 centimeters or whatever it is. Let's just say 10 centimeters. You want them all to be 10 centimeters. So you will use a measuring tape to pin how wide you want it to be. So it's 10 centimeters there. You put the pin there and you put it on the other corner. And then you want 10 centimeters down. You'll pin it there. You'll put 10 centimeters across, pin it there. Then you'll have the 4 corners. Once you've got your 4 corners done, then you start putting a gazillion pins along there. Or however many pins you need, right? But we are not going to measure because our beanie doesn't need measurements. It just needs to sit in place nice and neat. Now, you can leave your pins wide apart if you like. I like to keep them close, okay? Again, entirely up to you. Now, remembering that this yarn is exactly the same yarn as the other one, or it's the same brand as the other one, different colour of course. So in a couple of days time, when we take both the beanies off, I'll be able to tell you the difference between the way they feel. Now I'm running out of room there, so we'll move down. Okay, Now, okay, all right. See this? Because it's still part of the beanie, if you leave it, it'll curl up. All right, I would pin that down too. If you want, you could pin the bottom, but the bottom should be the same size as your top. So they should be able to pin together. If they're not the same size, means you pinned this wrong. Okay, so you pop your pin there, and another one there, making sure you've got the two layers together there. And then you can put as many across as you like. I put a few, you know, I'm a little bit really fussy about my items and how they work out. So if I'm making it for myself, I will be so fussy. So why not be fussy if I'm making it for someone else, yes? Okay. I just answered my question. Okay. All right, now. There you go. Too easy so far. So washing and blocking, there's no science to it. It's just don't stretch too much if you don't want it to be a loose beanie. If you find, I've noticed something, this one here is a little bit turned in a bit. That's just a bit of tight crocheting. They're exactly the same stitches. So what I'm going to do is take that undone, just give it a gentle tug to bring it out a bit. So now it's the same. Okay, so again, there's no science to it. It's just a bit of a stretch with the water, and well, there is science really if you think about it. Okay, now it's depends on you how you want your tails to turn. If you've got an item like this, if you want them to sit outwards, I kind of don't want them to sit outwards. I want them to sit that way. Again, personal preference. It's not because there's something wrong with either side, it's just a personal preference. So if I want it to sit that way, I will pin it that way. If I notice that my tails are a tiny little bit different, like that one's a little tiny bit shorter, just give it a tug. You know, it's and this one here, you don't have to tug so much. I'm running out of, okay, yeah, and I'm actually running out of T-pins here. I've got more, but I'm running out. So there. Now, if you want your fringes, you can, I know this is being fussy, you can actually pin your fringes down one by one. I don't care for it. It's good for it to sit that way. Okay. And by washing and blocking it, I've noticed just by washing it that some of my fringes are a little bit crooked. So once this is done, or you could do it now while it's wet. It's probably better to do it while it's wet. I'll grab my scissors because then you will see it. Okay. Let me just turn, I don't know if I can turn this around. No, I can't. It's bigger on that side, but I'll try it. Here we go. It'll work. It'll work. We'll make it work. Okay. Okay, so as I was turning that around, the whole stand collapsed. So I had to turn it all off. So let me bring that over here a little bit so you can see. There you go. Don't collapse, stand. All right. So as you can see, it's a little bit short there. Now, if you wanted to, you could cut it now, which I would suggest doing. Okay, so now they will all match. All right, beautiful. And what you do to one side, yes, that's right, people, you've got to do to the other. So I would use a measuring tape normally, but I know that 3 fingers has been taken off. So I'm going to use 3 fingers. This is the old-fashioned way of measuring, the traditional way. Let me just cut one piece, and the rest will measure up. Okay, are we ready? Done. All right, so there you have it. A little bit more on this end. Perfect. Now we're under control. All right, there we have it. All right, they're both sides are now even. You can pop your pin there if you like, if it helps you. Same on the other side. Pop your pin there, right in the thick part of it. Oh, that's a little bit too far over now. You don't need it there. All right. So, get the stand out the way. There you have one pinned down beanie. So what we're going to do, we're going to let this soak overnight. Let this sit overnight, and tomorrow morning when I wake up, it hopefully should be dry. If not, we'll leave it there until it's dry. I have to admit, these beanies do dry a lot quicker than normal. There are occasional, that looks like it's the colour of it. It's the brown. Occasionally it'll take 2 days, maybe 3, depending on the thickness. This is not a very thick yarn. It's thick, it's not as thick as some. So it should dry either by tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Unfortunately, I can't pin the other one till tomorrow, so you're looking at a couple of days before these are dry. But when you see the tutorial, it'll be done all at once. Okay, so let's just wait till tomorrow. Catch you then. All right, so here we are the very next day. Remember our beanie that we had with the hair conditioner? We've already pinned down the other beanie yesterday with the fabric softener beanie. This one is the hair conditioner one. Okay, so we're just going to give it a rinse to get rid of all that conditioner. Okay, you can actually, if you like, pop it in some water and rinse it off. That may also help. Okay, but don't fuss too much at this stage. I'll give it, push that out the way a little bit, and just pop the towel that we're going to use. Now again, I just used the white towel. It doesn't really matter what towel you use. I'm going to just move this water out the way. Sorry, lovely people, give me 1 second to get rid of this water. I'm going to spill all over our work. Alright, so here we are. Okay, so what we did yesterday, we're going to do exactly the same today. And because it's so small, we only need a very small amount of towel, won't we? I tell you what, even wet, it's gorgeously soft. Okay, so we're going to just put that in the view where you can see it. All right, pop the towel over, roll it up a little. If you want to roll it right into the blanket, you can. I mean blanket. Try a towel, Mary. All right, and just give it a squeeze. And that's all you really need for your beanie. Now remember, it's just a newborn beanie. Actually, not even newborn. This is a what do you call them? Oh, get it right, Mary. This is hurting. Sorry. My hands, I've been crocheting far too much. This is a preemie beanie, not a newborn beanie. Get it right, Mary. Okay, so there you have it. I'm going to see if I can get a nice close-up. See how... Well, you probably can't feel the softness, but I'm telling you right now that it's beautifully soft. Now, again, if you're going to pin that down, find an area where you want to pin, okay? The best way to do is to just pop that middle bit there, pop it down, and everything, if you've crocheted correctly, should line up. All right? So we're going to pin. Now yesterday I think we used the T-pins. They called T-pins because they look like the letter T, obviously. Today I'm just going to use basic pins that I found from, not that one, that's all bent. Wrong one I picked up there. That I found from Spotlight not long ago. Get a nice close-up of it. Ta-da. Okay, so we're just going to pin anywhere we want. I might put it this way so you can see where I'm pinning at the top. I like to start from the top. That's not to say it's right or wrong. Okay. Let's move that over. So I can't move the board over because of my lighting. So it's not to say whether it's right or wrong, but I started from the top. All right. You can start wherever you like. Okay. And I picked up another crooked one. I bet it's the same one as before. That's what happens when you don't throw them out. All right, there we go. And we're in. and I can't wait. I think this time tomorrow, because this is a Premi beanie, this time tomorrow this will be dry. I think the other one is dry, but I'm going to leave it there where it was until this one here is dry, and then we'll take them both off together. Okay, oops, can you see? Okay. Again, there is no wrong way of pinning this down. I put a lot of pins, you probably won't need to. And a product such as this, because it's a Premi beanie, baby's not going to worry if it's a little tiny bit crooked, but still, you know, you still want baby to look nice, yeah? Baby should look nice as well as feel warm and comfortable. And again, for those of you who don't know, Premi babies do need to keep very, very warm. All right, so there you have it. We have officially pinned down the last one, and I can tell you now, just for the feel of it, it is so much softer than the last one. But again, until it's dry, I will not be able to confirm it. All right, so we're going to wait till tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be dry by then. All right, so here's the test. Let's see if I can bring it out. I can't. That's as further out as I can get. So we are going to take off all our pins, T-pins. Okay. This is quite a few days later because yours truly was extraordinarily busy organising a donation for a ladies' night at work. So I had to get that shawl finished. I might actually do a little snippet of that shawl at some stage this week just for fun before it goes off to its destination. Okay, so here we have the pretty little beanie that I liked. Okay, it's softer than it was, I admit that. I don't think it's extremely soft, but if you look carefully at the yarn, it's in very good condition. So yeah, nice little close-up there. Let's do it this way. That's a bit of a weird way of doing it. Let's try that. Ah, that's better. So you've got your little dark brown spots in there, okay? So nothing really has changed. It is a tiny little bit softer than it was before, okay? It has straightened it out. It has made it feel the texture a little bit more softer. However, it's not extremely soft, but it has given it shape, and it's nice and soft. Okay, so that'll be good on baby's head. The only thing I didn't do in both tutorials, both soaking, is I didn't actually rinse the beanie. Even though I said I would rinse the beanies, I didn't actually rinse the beanies. Okay, occasionally I do that with blankets. I don't rinse them. However, ordinarily with a newborn beanie or a baby beanie, I will rinse it. I didn't just for this tutorial because I wanted to speed it up a little bit. But I'm wondering if the rinsing makes that little tiny bit of difference as well. All right, let's go and check out the green beanie and see how that went. All right, so here we have the green beanie. Let's take all the pins out of this one. These are not T-pins, they're just your normal, ordinary pins, okay? You can use whatever pins you like. Just be wary though, there are pins that will rust. Okay, and once they start rusting, what happens is you end up having rust marks, rust stains on your work. So you must keep up to date with the pins, get some nice new ones. Okay, now this beanie, oh my gosh, so soft, extremely soft in comparison to the other one. Okay, now the only thing I know it's softer, but if you look carefully at both of these items, you'll notice this is a little bit more fluffier. Not because the yarn is fluffier, they are both same yarns. They are from Cleckheaton range, and actually I think I showed the labels in the promo. But you look carefully at it, the conditioner took off some of the actual natural fibres, which of course made it nice and soft, absolutely soft, as soft as a bunny, yeah? But it's still, to me, I would rather use the fabric softener, and because I wouldn't want the natural fibres to come off these yarns. And if you notice that when you get close up to this beanie, I'll show you, it looks like it's already being used, so it's starting to fluff or peel, if you will. Right? So Possibly using the conditioner has made that happen. I would bet it had. But they're both very similar. It is extremely soft, but I would still stick with the fabric softener. Perhaps with the fabric softener, you could leave it soaking for, I don't know, maybe overnight. I think mine only soaked, this one here only soaked for an hour. This one soaked overnight. Okay, so really it's choice. And remember, when you are making beanies for newborn and for baby, you will find that if you use a certain detergent, may aggravate baby's skull. So you are better off washing anyway. So regardless of what you use, give it a rinse later. I didn't, but that's only because I know I'm going to wash these again. I wash them again after I add the button. Okay, so in the preview, or the promo I should say, right in the beginning there, I will show you the buttons completely done, the beanies completely done with their added button. All right, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked the tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel, click the little bell button so you can receive further tutorials. Please visit my store, Etsy and madeit.com.au stores, or store. I don't know whether I'll still have Etsy up and running, but we'll see. So visit the stores. Both these beanies will be there in about a week's time, and that's all I need to say about that. Happy crocheting to you. Ciao for now.